All right, last thing we got to talk about before we move on from the Stanley Cup playoffs is LTIR cheating.
I mean, listen, the fact that you can do this is stupid, obviously, but it's in the rules, so I do not give a fuck. Again, it's the same conversation every year for teams that do it. It's like, okay, yeah, we did that. Sure, if you want to call it cheating, but guess what? You could have too if you had a player with a big injury. You could have done the same thing, but guess what? Fans of the teams who do use that, they are like, oh, this is great. Yeah, who cares? It's in the rules. You can do this. And then same group of people, if it's another team that's doing it and that's the team that beats them out in the playoffs, they'll say the same shit. It's like, oh, this is cheating. Like, yeah, put an asterisk next to it. Go ahead. If you think any fucking player, executive, fan of the Golden Knights is just like, oh, yeah, you're right. Hey, we did win. Good for us. But you know what? We kind of weren't cheating. Yeah, no, that's not happening. So until the NHL says you cannot do this and it's against the rules and whatever, who cares? Good for that team for making the moves that they made, adding the players that they added, playing around with the salary cap the way they did it. Good for them. So that's a team that they'll do whatever it takes to win. And guess what? Also, the NHL is like, especially after the whole Tampa Bay thing with Kucherov, they're very aggressive about like actually having people investigate. Like, is this dude really hurt? Could he really not play? I know for a fact they actually have people who are legitimately checking on it. Now, again, it's the whole idea of, all right, well, what if you just add a player for this? Well, guess what? You can do that. It is in the rules. It's in the CBA, and the players agreed to it. So guess what? The fact that you don't like it because you're a fan, that sucks. So I don't care.
I genuinely think that anyone that complains about this is the biggest fucking loser of a hockey fan for so many reasons. Like, first, you mentioned it, right? Obviously, it's part of the rules. So the case closed right there. Anyone can do it, so shut the fuck up. But also, you look at, like, everyone freaked out about Kucherov, right? No one said a fucking word about Patrick Kane. Not one. Yeah. When the Blackhawks go on and win the cup because of it. And, he's just conveniently ready for the first game of the playoffs. And I understand the optics around that aren't great. But you also got to accept, for all of these teams, I don't care if you're, like, skirting the rules to make this happen. You have to play for an extended stretch without one of your best players. Like, it's not like you just get to keep playing with the guy and you get this added benefit of an additional player. Like, that is a big risk. Like, there is no guarantee with the tight race that there was in the West that Vegas was going to make the playoffs. Or, hey, maybe it ends up being a wild card instead and they have to play a way better team to start. I just, like, to think that teams are, like, actively doing this seems a little ridiculous to me as well. And when we think about the fact that after each incident of this, they literally ask all of the GMs and vote, do you want to change this? And there's maybe been one or two at most that have said yes. Everyone else says no. So, sorry, it's not going anywhere. It's in the rules. Everyone can do it. So kindly shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line. It's like, bro, it's in the rules. Just because you don't like the rule doesn't make it stupid. So it is what it is. It's not going anywhere. Players voted for it. GMs voted for it. Everyone in the league who actually is on, like, the direct receiving end or benefiting, like, they all voted. Oh, it stays. So there you go. Like you said, you have to play a certain amount of time without your best player or one of your best players or a player that makes a large amount of money, which in theory should hopefully, depending on your GM, is one of your best players. So yeah, we can move on. These are those fucking arguments that drive me nuts.